Hey everyone, Daniel here from Next Level Life, and to build on the video that I did last week on the debt snowball versus the debt avalanche, I've got another debt payoff strategy for you today, and that is the debt snowflake. Now the debt snowflake is, in my mind, more of a supplementary method than it is a debt payoff method in and of itself, though some people do use it as their primary debt payoff method. And that's why I didn't put it into last week's video, because again, I view it as more of a supplementary method that can be used with the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. So what is the debt snowflake? It's a debt repayment strategy that focuses on helping you put found money to good use. For instance, if you find $20 in your coat pocket, instead of letting it slip through your fingers with an impulse buy, you can put it towards paying off your debts. And these aren't obviously usually very big payments, hence the name Snowflake, but if done consistently over time, it can really help speed up your overall debt repayment plan. And in this video, you're going to find out why. In this video, I'm obviously covering what the debt snowflake is, as well as its advantages and disadvantages, things to watch out for if you do plan to use it, as well as giving a couple of ways for you to make the most out of your found money, and then giving an example to show just how big of a difference adding this supplementary strategy can make to your debt payoff plan. So as I said, the debt snowflake strategy really tries to help you put your found money to good use. The advantages, similar to the debt snowball, are very psychological in nature, because it makes you feel like you're making more frequent progress. Maybe even progress every day if you happen to be finding money every day. It also makes you think a lot more critically about where your money's already going and why, as well as finding ways to be more financially efficient. And again, I'll talk about ways to do that later. But this helps you to form very strong money habits that will help you long after your debt is gone. As far as the disadvantages go, I suppose you could say that you aren't going to be wiping out mounds of debt with this strategy, but again, as it's more of a supplemental strategy that's meant to be paired with a more overarching strategy, I don't think that's much of a disadvantage. And in fact, there aren't really many disadvantages that I can think of, as long as you do your due diligence beforehand and know what to watch out for when implementing this strategy. So what should you be watching out for? Well, as hard as it may be to believe, some companies do still charge transaction fees for using things like debit or credit cards. So make sure you're aware of any of those that you might run into. Also, make sure that you let your lender know that you want your snowflake payments to pay down the principal of your debt. Because if you don't explicitly tell them that, some of them will put it towards future interest payments, which isn't exactly what you want. And while you're at it, check with your lender to see if there's any prepayment penalties for making more than the regular monthly payments that they want you to, because some of them do have that. And finally, some credit cards only accept a certain amount of payments per period, so make sure you're not overdoing that. So what are some ways that you can manufacture found money? Well, obviously you can, like I said earlier, discover a $20 bill in your coat pocket. That's the easiest way, but it's not exactly that controllable. Same with things like tax returns or unexpected rebate checks in the mail. They're great, but they're also not that controllable. But there are other things that you can do to get more quote-unquote found money, and it's by being more financially efficient. Say you're already planning in your budget to go out to a restaurant once a week, and say this week you and your wife were going to go to get Subway. Instead of each of you getting your own 6-inch sub, you guys could get one 12-inch sub and split it, and save a couple of bucks. You can also do things while you're making your budget, like finding your latte factor and getting that out. But I already explained that more in my Automatic Millionaire book summary, which I'll leave in the description below if you're interested. So now let's put into perspective how powerful this debt snowflake can be. Just as an example that I'm pulling off the top of my head here, say that Jane has student loan debts that are $50,000, and she's going to be paying them, like a lot of people, over the next 10 years. If she can manage to find on average around $5 a day and use those for snowflake payments, that cuts her loan term down by 2 years and 8 months. From 10 years, or 120 months, all the way down to 88 months. And at $10 a day, it's cut by 4 years and 2 months, all the way down to 70 months. She almost cuts her loan term in half just by making $10 a day in snowflake payments. That's just crazy to me. And when we actually look at the numbers, she saves quite a bit of money by doing this as well. If we were to assume her original loan, like we said, was $50,000, at a 4.5% interest rate, which is pretty common for student loans, she would end up paying $12,183.05 in interest over the 10-year period that her student loans were outstanding. However, by adding in those Snowflake payments, not only does she lower the amount of time that she's in debt, but she also cuts the amount of interest that she pays down significantly. For instance, with $5 a day in Snowflake payments, that interest goes all the way down to $8,795. And with $10 a day in Snowflake payments, it goes all the way down to $6,895. Which means that just by paying an extra $10 a day in Snowflake payments, she saves herself over $5,200. That's the true power of the Snowflake method. So that was the debt Snowflake. What did you think about it? Have you heard this before? Do you use it? Has it worked for you? Let me know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more finance videos every single Friday. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and have a great day.